YouTube, where you been? Where have you been? I've been gone for a month and I hate that I'm not able to do videos because I've been busy and I've been working on different things, and I saw my video channel yesterday and I'm like, Jesus, it's been a month since I've done a video. So I wanted to do one for you guys and give you an update on the game, and also just share with you where I'm at with everything and kind of just, I don't know, just ramble a little bit. So here's a really, simple video. Hope you guys are doing well. And I wanted to talk to you about what I've been working on. So let's go ahead and take a look at the left screen here. This is just my chat overlay. Don't worry about all this. It's kind of like my Zen chill thing I do on here, and I like the way it looks. So yeah, that's this stuff over here. Anyways, so let's go ahead and take a look at my Trello board. So right now I'm working on the career mode. I worked on a lot of the gameplay aspects of the game, and I pushed out the beta, which is huge. So the beta's on Steam. So if we go to Steam, you have to have an actual key. But if you go to the Steam site and you have a key, obviously you'll get the game. So here's the Steam page and the beta right here. The beta's out. So the beta is ready. People are playing it. I have a handful of people. I probably have like 10 people on it right now just to keep it small. And they're testing it, and so far nothing crazy has happened. I mean, there's some stat issues, there's some gameplay, small little, rule issues, but nothing crazy that I haven't been able to fix. So things are going well, and I'm making progress, which is a good thing, because I was afraid that if I pushed it out, things were going to just start crashing really bad everywhere. And so far hasn't been too bad. So I'll give you a rundown on the game plan for the beta. So the beta is going to be just open to who I have it in right now. And then once I get all the things that I want to get fixed and get it more stable, I'll start to bring more people in and get you guys involved. So if you've signed up for the beta, then you'll probably, you have a chance of getting in. And I'll be reaching out to you through Discord to inform you if you've made it or not. If you haven't signed up for the beta, make sure that you go. I'll leave a link down in the description, but make sure you go to the Discord Legend Bowl server, and there's a beta signups channel. Just put that you're interested in the beta, and that way I know you're interested. Plus, you're going to want to wish list the game on Steam and make sure that you have it here so that you get up to date with all the notices and things that we're doing with the game, right? So that's the beta. The beta's going, the beta's moving, and people are on it. People are playing it. And so far, so good. I'm getting good feedback. There's some things that people are complaining that the running is a little bit too hard. There are some things about it that are challenging, but people are also saying that they like that part of it. And me being a sim guy, I want things to be simulation. I want things to be challenging. I want things to be as realistic as possible, but I can only do so much to make it, fun and simulation and work, which is the big thing. Let's make this thing work. So that's the gameplay, or that's the beta. Now the gameplay was what I did before the beta to get the beta working. And so anyways, the train's moving, things are rolling, which is good. So while I have people working on the beta, the idea is work on the beta. You guys go test the beta for me. I'll fix the issues when I can get to them. And then I'm working on the actual career mode again. So the plan is to get the career mode done, which right now it's basically a season mode, but I have some things in there that are cool, some nice features. But the idea is get a season in there. It's probably just going to be 1 year for now, because I really need to get this game released. So the game plan is going to be get the game out there to you guys with the career mode intact, get a season working, and once all that's set up, then we'll be golden. So I have my Trello board here. I have the different things I need to work on. And right now, specifically, I'm working on the sim engine, okay? I just went on vacation. My wife needed a vacation, so I took the family out for a few days. I think it was like 4 days. We went to the beach. Hopefully we don't get sick. We were around some people, but we wore masks. The whole thing's crazy right now. It's just crazy the way things are. But we got through it, and hopefully everything went okay. We had a good time. It was relaxing. But now getting back to the game, I have a lot of work to do. And right now I'm working on the sim engine, basically here. And I'll show you guys, like, here's all the code. Like, here's like this is just one piece of the sim engine where I'm trying to calculate like all of the different like stats you're gonna get. So what I did, so you can do a sim engine so many different ways. I'm gonna talk to you guys about what I'm doing just to give you an idea of how much I'm trying to put into it without overdoing it. So if you think about a sim engine, you're basically taking the matchup that you see here. I'm going to show you right here. So if you go to schedule and you go to the league, here are all the different matchups, right? And you can see all the different scores. So right now I have it to where you can sim games and it'll create scores, but this is not built out yet. So what I'm doing now is when you go into one of these games and you were to do like sim week or sim game or whatever, it's going to take you over to the sim engine and it's going to walk through like every game. So it's going to take both teams and it's going to say, okay, what are your rankings? Like, what are your ratings? Like, how good are you at passing? How good are you at running? How good's your defensive game? And, you know, your kicking and all of your different players. It takes them all into account. And you can get really, really crazy and it can get really deep really fast, which is annoying because you can sit here and you can say, okay, home field advantage, the weather. You can look at like the last few games, like what the winning streak is. You can look at rivals, like this, is this team your rival? I mean, you know how crazy football can get. Speaking of football, it's around the corner. The Bills are in training camp. Go Bills. But that's a whole nother thing. So you can get crazy with simulating a game. And you also can do like, okay, here's the first play of the game. You can sit here and walk through the entire game and say, okay, so first, you know, kickoff, first down, second down. And it can get really daunting really fast. So I'm trying to be more efficient with my time, but I also want to use the rating. So like the first thing I did was, okay, let's start out with who's even playing, right? Who's injured? Because I have injuries in, right? And when you add in anything in this friggin' game, it takes forever to implement sometimes, but I have injuries, right? So now I have to say, okay, and I'm walking you through what I do. I know I'm going through a lot here, but I'm in the middle of it. I'm in the weeds, so why not give you, some details, right? So my idea is get all the players that are active, right? All the non-injured players that are playing this game who are active. Then I go through and I say, out of all the players, are you going to be injured in this game? If you are, then I have to calculate how much playing time you had, right? So if you're the QB and you got injured and you're out for the game, well, how long did you play? Did you play 1 quarter, 2 quarters, 3, whatever? And then that's going to be the percentage of stats that I'm going to push into your player stat for the game, right? And then, so the backup QB will have to be the next person that comes in with that much playing time. So it can get really sophisticated really fast because I'm breaking it down into playing time percentages. I could have easily said, okay, whoever's starting, you're playing the whole game, and I may injure you, I may not, and just give somebody full stats. I mean, but I don't want to see that. And that's the problem that I've had. This is the problem that I've had with game development and building this game. Is like, I want simulation, right? I want things to be great. I want things to be clean. I want things to be as realistic as possible. But the problem with me doing that is I run into a lot of extra work, right? So I'm always struggling with time and effort versus like getting this game out. And I'm one person, right? So I need to get this game out. And I'm giving myself like 3 months. Like, this is my timeline to get this game moving, like about 3 months. So anyway, there's always a battle. If you're making games, you follow me because you're making games or you're just interested in how you make games. I'm telling you guys right now, and I'm telling all the fans, like, people want everything. People want like the game to be like 2K, any game to be like 2K, and it's just not going to happen. Okay. 2K was a huge company and they have a lot of resources, talent, money, etc., whatever. I'm one guy. Just so you know, I'm one guy, and if you like the game and you want to support the game, great. I'm going to try to make this game the best I can make it over time. The first release, hopefully it's good enough to get you to enjoy it, but it's going to be something I'm going to have to build over time to make it better and better and improve the quality, right? But you guys got to remember, this stuff takes forever. I mean, look at all this code just for me starting the sim engine. I'm just starting it. This is just me starting. I'm already on line 543. And that's with just one part of it. This is just a section of it. And I'm not even close to being done. I'm probably like 15% done, 10%, if that. So going back to what I do, I'm calculating all the injuries, and then I go through and I say, how much playing time does each person have, right? And then you have to be mindful of, as part of this, I have to be mindful of, okay, I only have 3 QBs. So if 2 are already injured, I can't injure the third one or else you won't have a QB. So things like that you have to protect against. So long story short, I'm getting the injuries set up. I got the playing times figured out. Then I'm going through each player and I'm saying, okay, based on your ratings, based on like your QB, your receivers, your tight ends, your offensive line, how do you stack up against your opponent's defensive line, their cornerbacks, their safeties, their linebackers? Like, how does the defense match up with the offense on passing terms and running? And then I take all of those ratings and I smash them up into a rating. And then I say, okay, well, based on these ratings, like what kind of yards are you going to get? Passing yards. And then what kind of rushing yards are you going to get? Then I have to work through the score. How many touchdowns? How many field goals? And then I have to say, okay, based on these field goals and these yards, like what players are getting what? Based on their percentage time that they're playing. And then you have to kind of like filter through and get all the stats allocated so that what I wanted to do is make sure that both teams that you're playing with are, it's not just a random thing where any team can win any given Sunday. I don't want that, even though it is going to be somewhat random, because there are times, right? There are times where a bad team can beat a good team. But anyways, bottom line is I want the ratings to matter. And I want the game to be able to simulate an actual game and be able to say, okay, well, if New Orleans playing Dallas, and don't mind these logos because some of the logos aren't in yet, but like the Clashers are playing the I don't even know what the name of New England is right now. I'm missing the name, but New England, right? If this matchup is playing and New England's a better team, well, New England's going to get the favor, but there's going to be some dice rolls that say, you know what? LA can beat you on any given Sunday. But I also want New England to beat them more times than LA will if they're a much better team. And so at the end of the day, like if you look, let's go back. If you look at all the stats, you can see that I have way too many stats in here. Okay, I looked at games that I play. And I'm like, okay, but give me all these stats. I want to fill out all these stats here. I want to fill all these. Where am I? Right here. All these stats right here. I need to fill out every single one. And in order for me to do that, all this stuff here, in order for me to do that, I have to come up with a way to get all this stuff filled in. So as I'm building the sim engine, I may have to kill some of these stats. But the goal is to get them all filled out, okay? And that's just the team stats. When you look at the actual player stats, they're not as bad, but there's still quite a few that I have to fill out. But the player stats are going to be, I think they're going to be fine. I think both are going to be fine. But the idea is basically get all of the stats filled out. I don't know why all these guys have a 0 rating, but that's something that I'm going to have to, oh, they have no attempts. That's weird. This is just test data. But long story short is I'm gonna do all of this different types of calculations, figure out who's getting, you know, what yards, what interceptions, completions, rushing yards, passing yards, sacks, tackles, field goals, touchdowns. I mean, extra points, you name it, it needs it. If you think about a sim game, and I know from my experience when I've played games, you just hit sim week, sim season, and you hope that the stats are good. I honestly never really like look and say, okay, I'm going to sim a game in like 2K. I'm going to sim a game or in Madden. I'm going to sim a game and I'm going to see if the QB got 10 completions. I don't go in there and I check to say, okay, did receiver 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, did all of their receptions equal 10? You know, I don't ever do that. I don't know if you guys do that, but I just sim and I keep going. But you'd be surprised how many bugs are in those games. I give you guys a little I recommend you go and look at those games and do some accounting and say, you know what, let's see if these stats add up. Nobody has time for that, right? And that's why a lot of people who do sim engines, they do such random stuff that most people don't even pay attention, and you can get away with it. And I'm gonna have to do a little bit of that here for sure. But anyways, long story short, I know I'm telling you guys a lot of information. I wanted to just do a video and give you an update on Legend Bolt. It's coming. And if you guys are interested in the game, it's going to be on PC. I'm thinking about pushing it to mobile if I can do it pretty easily, because that's something that I know I can get to without any kind of barriers. So it might go on mobile as well when I launch it, or closely after I launch it, like not too far after I launch it. And then I'm going to be trying to move over to consoles, but this game's success all hinges upon the amount of people that support it. And my wish list numbers aren't great. I think I have like under 2,000, like maybe like 1,500. I don't even know. I have to look at it, but the numbers aren't like staggering. And I've been working on this game. It's going to be up close to 3 years that I've been out of a full-time job working on this game. So if you guys want to support me and you guys want to support this game, then that would be awesome. And the biggest thing that any of you guys can do who watch me, who follow me, is retweet, send out, you know, to social media. Like, the more this game gets out there, the better. If you have a channel and you have an audience, then, and you like what I'm doing, then please, you know, push it out there. I need all the help I can get. So I'm going to leave a link in the description to wishlist the game. I know I've been telling you guys to wishlist it so much, and I appreciate you guys doing it. So that's kind of my sales spiel here. I'm not a sales guy, but support it if you like it. Support it if you think that you want to see the game improve. I think the game's coming along. I'm proud of what I've done, and I'm happy to bring it to you guys when it's ready. But wishlist it, and also sign up for the beta if you want to be a part of the game and you want to be a part of designing it and making it better, and, you know, bringing the final product that goes live in a few months, hopefully. And you want it to be the best it could be, then sign up for the beta and I'll try to reach out. We have a lot of people who signed up, so thank you to everybody who signed up. I can't get to all of you, but eventually the game's going to be out. So I'll catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching. I know it was a long one. If you stuck around, I appreciate it. And I'll be back in the future with more content. Peace.